Alright, it is time for another mod. So, today we're going to be doing the Lilith mod. Now, this one's going to be a lot more simple. I've already played through BL1 several times. I've already got a good grasp of what this character should feel like. They've replaced phase lock with phase walk, and basically the way that will work is we press our action skill. It will register that we're trying to grab somebody, and it'll convert that into invisibility for ourselves instead. And I think it immediately puts the character back down, whoever you grabbed, so that should be fine. A couple of the skills have a BL2 equivalent, like applying slag now, instead of like debuffing them in certain ways, because it's just probably easier to set up. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm curious about how level 80 is going to feel, because we will have more skill points than you would have in BL1, so maybe they've either fixed that or something like that. But beyond that, it's just kind of playing BL2, so we'll just see how it feels. Right, this makes sense. There is not a built-in cutscene disabler, because it is simply a replacement of Maya with Lilith. This makes sense. I might go ahead and try to find one for tomorrow just to save time, but yeah, it makes sense. Alright, so we are here in DigiPeak, of course, to try to get some extra levels early. We want a Rabid Skag. That would be the nicest thing we could get. I am curious about if this mod would work with BL2 Fix, since besides changing the actual names of the class mods and what they affect and stuff, I would imagine that they would probably play well together, and they wouldn't like break each other or anything like that. So that is a thing to keep in mind. I might try that for tomorrow. You know what? Yeah, let's just turn on BL2 Fix. Alright, so Rabid Skag with BL2 Fix on. Level 7. Let's go. Okay. So for this, I might spec it how I'd normally spec a Lilith. It's been a while though, but I do like to go ahead and get the extra cooldown on kill. And then I do also like trying to get basically just a good stack of our cooldown. I love Phoenix, but I probably will save that for later into the game since I don't think we really need the damage. And basically just stuff like that. So cooldown first, damage second. And let's go ahead and test out phase walk here. So we go ahead and, you know, thought lock a guy, because I think it is coded kind of like thought lock there. And yeah, seems about right. They don't really re-aggro onto us. I think we have an AoE on leaving our phase walk, but it didn't really like hit them. So we might just have to test that and play with that and see how that goes. Here, let's go ahead and test out our phase walk damage a little bit. So yeah, he ticked one, and then we can't shoot them for damage, but it'll still try to shoot them, which is weird. Wondering if there's an interaction there where I can shoot off like a Norfleet or something and then break invis in the middle of it so that it actually deals damage upon landing. But I don't think that that would be necessarily an easy thing or a convenient thing to set up, so I probably wouldn't do that. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and test out phase walk's damage here against Knuckle Dragger. 172. And then I didn't get to see how it broke, probably because our melee ate that. But that feels reasonable. We are, of course, a little over-leveled, but not bad, considering it's just sort of supplemental damage. Now, another kind of nice thing about this mod is most of the items should be left alone, so I will get sort of a palette cleanser out of this mod. We'll have more of a vanilla feel and a good idea of what the game is supposed to normally feel like. So that's going to be nice. Coming off of a difficulty mod and then a somewhat confusing mod, now we'll actually have a pretty normal mod that just doesn't really affect the actual guns and weapons too much. It'll let me feel the vanilla game feel again. Also, sorry, I just realized the controller display wasn't on. Now we're good. We'll be able to see whatever I'm doing. Now, for this character, I am weirdly thinking that this is going to be a Zero style of run, because she does have a sniper class mod, which I did really like using in BL1, and also she turns invisible, so I'm not saying those are the only similarities, also I guess the extra melee damage too, but yeah, I might end up treating her kind of like how I would treat Zero, and I'm kind of okay with that. Let's see. Alright, so our damage against Flint isn't that great, which isn't a surprise because I didn't really like go get equipment, because I'm not very smart. So yeah, this might not go well, unfortunately. Should be good. There we go. Okay, yeah. So that was just me not getting equipment or doing the video game right there, so can't really blame the mod for that. Everything feels normal. So here's a new one. So this is a Firefly class mod. It provides extra burn damage, burn chance, and fire resistance, plus 53% fire resistance. That is really, really strong, and I am curious if that actually feels good. I hope it does. Let's go ahead and reroll this vendor real quick, just to see what else we get. I'm really curious. Okay, so Plague Bearer, corrosive damage, corrosive chance, and corrosive res. Makes sense. And then a mercenary with SMG gun damage, SMG status effect chance, and SMG ammo regen. It looks like since this is a really, really low level one, there's no ammo regen on it, but I'm sure as we get to higher and higher levels, this will probably actually have a number on it, so that is cool. Okay, and then last two that I'm going to check here, we have a defender with shield capacity, team corrosive res, and team fire res, and then we have an executioner with melee damage, movement speed, and crit damage, so these are also cool. But yeah, that's all I'm going to look at. Let's walk forward. Yeah, true. Okay. So it looks like I can still try to throw grenades while we're invis, and I don't think they deal direct damage, but they can trigger their dots, is what it looks like it's trying to do there. So I might need to test that a little bit more, but that could be an idea of some stuff to mess with. Okay, so in this vendor, I have found a Spectre comm, which is good. We do not have to go to General Knox DLC or some weird DLC to go find it, which that is really, really nice. So this gives to sniper crit damage, accuracy, and ammo regen. So if we wanted to use a Pimpernel, we could. And this would be really, really good for it. And I'm very tempted to pick this one up right now, but I will probably just wait until we do like Grendel Quest or something, and then we'll just roll that. So yeah, this is cool. Okay, Bad Maw, we actually have an okay level and some skyrockets to work with. So yeah, that's easy. Okay, so listen, I know that melee builds are overdone and they're boring at this point and etc, so on and so forth, but Phase Strike can get buffed by basic class mods, which means that it could get up to an 11 out of 5, which is an extra 1,760% more damage on your melee after leaving Phase Walk, which is not that hard to cause, because we can get a bunch of cooldown here, we can get a bunch of cooldown here, we can run a cooldown relic, we can do a lot of stuff like that. So theoretically, this character, even without a full melee tree, just like, what, 2 skills? This one and then this one? could just absolutely roll guys. So we're gonna have to do that at some point whenever we get a +6 out of like a +6 comm. We gotta do it. We gotta try it at least. Oh, and then we also have the Tormentor class mod, which gives status effect chance, grenade damage, and bullet damage. So that's kind of cool. I feel like the bullet damage will surely get higher than +0%. That's probably just a small issue. That is not as much of a problem later on. Alright, so for Warden, I have to imagine this is pretty much the Maya style of kill. We're just going to maintain eye contact, shoot the Lasco at the boss, and then eventually have no boss. Yeah, this is normal. Feels good. Alright, Vanilla Wilhelm. All these rockets have 0 speed, and I have done it to myself. Okay, let's just use an SMG. I was hoping her phase walk was cooler than that. Yeah, no, it's not. It's just how it is. Alright, out of ammo, should be fine. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So, yeah, pretty normal. Not bad. I guess this fight wouldn't really be affected, and we're really low level, so it should feel pretty normal. A giant funny worm boy. Yeah, this is just normal gameplay at this point, to be honest, so all of this should feel correct. Alright, Sanctuary back up in the air. Not quite halfway through normal mode yet, but we are going to go ahead and call it here on the character. This feels pretty good. We are going to, of course, keep playing, stuff like that, but day one feels pretty good. I feel like as we get later into the game, he's going to become a melee character, because secretly having this skill be buffable by a class mod up to +6 is going to feel a little bit strong, unless it can't be, because we don't know what the limit is on these class mods, to be fair. But if it is +6, this is going to be probably the best thing in the game to just poke guys with. So that might happen. We don't know, but it might happen. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So, feels good. Character feels pretty solid. A little more vanilla friendly because of course it is basically a vanilla character. Everything else is pretty much left alone. So yeah, feels good. Day one.